This is Grammatical Race. It's a Montessori game on English language designed for children age 7 and above. The aim of the game is to help children avoid common grammatical errors in English language. It's a game for 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, 8 players, 12 players, and even 16 players. The game was designed by Olugbenga E. Lushae. So we shall be learning how to play the game. So let's get started. Inside the game, we have 4 question booklets, one, two, three, four, and one answer card. Then we have a box of tokens, a bag of question tiles, and lastly, in the contents, we have our game board. The first thing we do in the game, the players, we have to choose their colors. We have 4 question booklet, as we said earlier on. Inside our token box, we have the tokens in there. The player that chooses the red question booklet, we have to choose a red token. The player with the green booklet, we choose a green token as well. The player with the blue booklet, we choose the blue token. And the player with the red booklet, with the yellow booklet, we take the yellow token. The first thing players have to decide is which of the games are they going to play. In this is a game in form of athletics. So we can see 100 meters. This is the game board. We have 100 meters race in this game. We have 200 meters race in this game. We have 400 meters race in this game. Then we have the 4 by 100 meters relay. This is the first lap of the relay. Second relay bridge is here. Third relay bridge is here, and the fourth relay bridge. So 4 by 100 meters relay. That's where we have 16 players. So in the relay, 4 players make a team, and we have 4 teams that can play the game. So we have the board there now. So when we are playing, let's assume we are playing 100 meters. So the players will place their tokens on the 100 meter start position and place their tokens there like that. So we have our tokens. The aim of this game is to move from the start position and run towards the finish line. The first player to cross the finish line wins the game. So how do we move from one spot to another? So let's take our question booklet now. Once our players have their tokens on the start position, they will go inside the game bag and pick their questions each. Let's assume these are the questions our players picked. Player green picked his question. Player blue picked. Player yellow perhaps picked. Player red also picked. So we shall be interpreting the questions. How do we answer the questions inside the question booklet? This is our question booklet, and behind the question booklet we have pockets there containing our answer tiles. So the first thing we're going to do is bring out the answer tiles behind the booklets, bring them out a little bit. We'll bring them out. We have 9 answer tiles behind the booklets, so we'll bring them out behind. You can see what we are doing now is bring the answer tiles out of the pockets behind the booklets. So what we have here is number one, option A, number 1, option B, number 1, option C, number 2, option A, number 2, option B, number 2, option C, number 3, option A, number 3, option B, number 3, option C. So how do we use these answer tiles? So a player goes inside the bag, pick his or her question tile. Now we have game 142 here. Game 142, we're going to interpret this game now. We're going to answer this question. Game 142. When a player picks a game, it means the player is to go inside the question booklet and answer game 142 that he or she has picked. Inside the booklet, we have our questions now, starting from game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, 6, 7. So we're going to search for game 142. So we keep opening the booklet, looking for game 142. Looking for game 142. So here we have game 142. Game 142. Each game contains 3 questions, as you can see there. So we have the instruction. Game 142 says, choose the option that is opposite in meaning to the underlined word. Number 1, our mother is beautiful. Opposite of beautiful. Beautiful. The opposite of beautiful, option A says pretty. Option B says fine. Option C says ugly. So the answer there is ugly. Opposite of beautiful is ugly. So number 1 answer. So we go to the back of our booklet now. Number 1 answer is C. So this is number 1 option A, number 1 option B, number 1 option C. So we take number 1 option C, remove from the booklet, and drop it. On that same game 142, we move to number 2. The 2 visitors looked familiar. Opposites of familiar. A, hostile. C, serious. C, strange. Answer should be strange. So number 2 answer again is C. So we go to number 2. Number 2, A, B, and C. So we take number 2, option C, remove and drop. It's not over. We go to number 3 on that same game 142. Number 3. His cocoa farm brought him great profits. Profit. The opposite of profit. A, discomfort. B, loss. C, poverty. Answer should be B, loss. Opposite of profit is loss. So number 3 answer is B, option B. So we go to number 3, options and at the back of the question booklet. Number 3 answer is B. So we take option B, remove it, and drop it. So that's how we give our answers in Grammatical Race. So how do we play the game proper? I'm going to invite a friend now to come join us so we can play the game and we can watch how the game is being played. So again, a friend will be joining me now. So let's take out the examples of ties we picked at the beginning. In playing the game, in the example we gave our 3 answers. In playing the game proper, players are to start at the same time. One of the players will stand as a moderator and say start. When the player says start, every player will have to open their booklets at the same time and start dropping their answer tiles. In this game, the aim of the game is to be the first to drop your 3 answer tiles. Once a player drops the 3 answer tiles of his or her question, then every other player must stop. So we are going to start now. We are just to playing the game. So we will take our other. So let's take player. Which question player are you taking now? A friend has just joined us. Okay, she takes booklet blue. So green and yellow are not in use, so we take them out of the game. So we are using red and blue now. So we take green out and take yellow out tokens. Take these tokens out as well. So question player blue, please set your answer tiles out. Prepare for the game. So we're about to start now. We've chosen to play 100 meters, so we start from the 100 meters spot. Pick your question. After a player picks his or her question, the player is not allowed to open his or her booklet. I've picked mine. Are you ready? So are you ready? Start. Stop. Stop. Once a player drops his or her 3 answer tiles, that player will ask the other players to stop immediately. Immediately a player gives 3 answers. I've just given my 3 answers now. I have my number 1 answer given, number 2, and number 3. Once a player gives 3 answers, other players are no longer allowed to drop their answer tiles. So that round is over. So we go to the answer card and verify the answer. I picked game 25. Game 25. So I'm going to check that now. Game 25. This is our answer card. Game 25. So I'll go to number 25 and I have BBA. BBA. So let's check. I picked, my answers are BBA, correct. So for every answer I get, I move a step on the game board. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 steps for giving 3 correct answers. But for being the first to give my 3 answers, I enjoy another 2 bonus points, plus 2. That's plus 1, 2. So a player that gives his or her answer first, and if all the answers are correct, all 3 answers are correct, that player gets 2 extra points as bonus, making it 5 points for the first player. So we check for the other player. Player Blue, what did you give? What's your question?
118.
She picked 118, and I can see answer C there. Game 118. Let's check. Game 118. The answer is number 1 answer is C, correct. So Blue also will move 1 step on the game board. So this round is over now. We take out our questions out of the game. Then our answer ties, we take them back to the booklets. I'm going to put my answer tie back now. So player Blue, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for round 2 now. Pick your question. Don't start. Wait for the other players to pick. I have my question picked as well. Are you ready?
Yes.
Start. Stop. Stop. Again, I've given my 3 answers, so player Blue has to stop. And let's check the answer I dropped. Number 1 answer is B. Number 2 answer is A. My number 3 answer is C. So we're going to check the answer from the booklet now. I picked game 101, 101, 101, and I have BAC, 101. Let's check the answer now. 101, this is game 101. So my answer, the answers here are BBC. The answers here are BBC, BBC. But I gave BAC, so I missed one of the answers. My answers, number 1 is correct, number 2 is wrong, number 3 is correct. So I gave only 2 correct answers. For missing a correct answer, when I'm the first to give my answers, one of my answers is wrong. I will take only the steps for the answers I gave correctly. I gave 2 answers correctly, so I will move 2 steps. 1, 2. My last answer was not correct, so I'm not taking a step for a wrong answer, just 2 steps for me. But I was the first to drop my answers, my 3 answers. I should have gotten 2 extra points as bonus. Since I gave a wrong answer, the 2 bonus points will be transferred to the other player in the game. So Blue will first take the bonus points 2 steps because I gave a wrong answer and I was the first to finish my answers. By stopping the other players from giving their answers, the bonus point goes to the other players. Let's assume we are 4 playing, for instance. Let's say we have green and yellow in this game, and we're here at this point. They also would have moved 2 points first, bonus points, because I gave a wrong answer. So when a player gives a wrong answer, all the other players in the game will get 2 extra steps as bonus before we count their points and add to it again. So let's take our green out now and yellow not in use. So Blue has enjoyed 2 bonus points because I gave a wrong answer and I was the first to give my 3 answers. So we're going to check Blue's answer now and check if the answers she gave are correct. What did we pick? Game 83. 83. 83. 83. We go check the answer now. 83. The answer we have here is CA. CAA. CAA. Number one is C, number two is A. And number one is C, number two should be A. So she gave a wrong answer as well, but she got only one answer correctly. For giving a correct answer, she will move one step. For giving a wrong answer but not being the first, there's no penalty for that. When you give a wrong answer, you simply don't get a step for a wrong answer. But if the first person gives a wrong answer, the bonus point goes to the other players, 2 points added to all their scores. So we have taken our steps now. Blue has moved one extra step, so for giving the correct answer. So this round is over now, and we take our answer tile back to our booklets. The questions we used at the beginning, we take them out. Take these ones out. Player Blue, are you ready?
Yes.
So the next round, Blue, pick your question. Then I pick my question. Don't start yet. You wait for other players. Are you ready?
Yes.
Start.
Stop.
Oh, stop. That was fast. Okay, stop. So I have to stop. I could not even give any of my answers. Blue gave all our three answers so fast. Okay. What did you pick, Blue?
1 to 2.
Big picked 1, 2, 2. Game 1, 2, 2. So the answer she gave are B, B, C. BBC. BBC. So let's check. 1, 2, 2. BBC. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. Game 1, 2, 2. And we have BBC. Correct. So blue is going to move 3 steps for the correct answers. 1, 2, 3. Plus 2 points for being the first to give the 3 answers. Plus 1, 2. 5 points for blue. So I'm not going to move any points. I remain where I am. I could not give any correct answer, any answer at all in this round. So we take our answer ties again, our question ties out of the board, and put our question ties, our answer ties back to the booklet. So we're waiting for blue to fix our answer tiles now. Okay, pick. And I'll pick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Start. Stop. Stop. So I've given my 3 answers again. So my first answer, number 1 is A, number 2 C, number 3 C. We're going to check the answer now. I picked game 22. Game 22. Game 22. Game 22. We'll check that now. Game 22. And we have ACB. ACB. But I dropped ACC. I gave a wrong answer again. I have 2 correct answers, but 1 wrong answer. So I'm going to get my 2 points for the correct answers. That's 1, 2 for being correct. My last answer was wrong. If I had got my 3 answers correctly, I would have had 5 points. 3 points for correct answer and 2 extra points as bonus. But one of my answers was wrong. That means the bonus points will be transferred to the other player. So blue gets 2 bonus points first. 1, 2. Then we count. Blue, what did you pick? Game
2.
Game 2. Game 2. Game 2. Number 1, you choose answer as C. Game 2, and the answer is C. CAC. Number 1 is C, correct. So blue gets 1 extra step. So blue has just crossed the finish line. The red line has been crossed. So once a player crosses the finish line, blue, that player has won the game. So blue has won this game now, and the game ends here since we are just 2 playing. But let's assume we are 4 playing this game, and we have maybe a color, a token green in the game and yellow in the game as well. Once a player wins the game and there are up to 4 players playing, then that player leaves the game and takes the first position on the game board, while the other 3 players will continue until somebody moves as well and crosses the finish line. and takes the second position, and the other two also continue playing until somebody crosses the finish line as well and takes the third position. We could have a situation whereby two players could be playing in the game, and the two players in the same round will cross the finish line in the same round. Let's say for instance, blue in this game, for instance, blue got 5 points in this final round. Blue would have moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting to the 430 meters. Get to this point here. Then let's say in that same round, red got 2 points. That would be 1, 2. So two players crossed the finish line at the same time in the same round. But the player that went farther from the finish line will be the one that takes the first position, because this player, we can see here, this is 400 meters, 410 meters, 420, 430. So green got to 430 meters while winning. So green takes first position, while red takes the second position automatically. So that is how the game plays. They would have a situation whereby two players could give their answers at the same time, drop their three answers exactly at the same time. If that happens, let's assume we have blue and green giving three answers at the same time, dropping the answer ties exactly at the same time. So the both of them will be given 3 points. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for giving three correct answers. So who gets the bonus point? Green and blue, we have to go inside the bag and pick a new question again and answer those questions and decide who takes the 2 extra points. The player that gives the first three answers, we take the 2 extra points as bonus. Why doing this? We call this a tiebreaker. In a tiebreaker, when a tiebreaker is going on by two players, the other players will have to hold on during a tiebreaker. So that's how we play the 100 meters. If we are to play 200 meters, the players will simply start from the 200 meters spot here. And they will move from this spot and move towards the finish line like this and cross the finish line. If the players choose to play 400 meters, they will have to start from here. 400 meters, 400 meters, 400 meters start, and they will go around the entire field until the player crosses the finish line for 400 meters. This is for the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters can be played by 2 players, 3 players, or 4 players. But we have the relay in the game, 4 by 100 meters relay. So how do we play the relay? The rules of the game are the same when we're playing all of these races, even the relay. The only difference in relay and the other races is the batting exchange. When a player exchange batting to the other players. When we're playing relay, players, we have to be in group. So this is lane blue. We place our tokens like this. We place our tokens there. Lane 1 will be for blue. Then the second lane is for red. So red takes the second lane. Second lane for red. We have a fourth token for red as well. Then yellow, yellow, and yellow. Then green. We have green. So this is our setting for our grammatical relay, 4 by 100 meters relay. So in this game, 4 players make a team. So if we have 2 teams playing, that will be 8 players involved. If we have 3 teams playing, that will be 12 players involved. And if we have 4 teams playing, that will be 16 players involved. So how do we play the relay game? When playing the relay, the first member of each of the teams will start from the 400 meters start position here. So the players will move. If a player moves from the spot and gets here, let's assume red is here, for instance, with the normal rules of moving in the game. And at this point, this is what we are about to experience, the batting exchange. When a player is close to the relay bridge, that player score. Let's assume at this point, red gave 5 points, got 5 points as is our answer. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens on each order. We have the tokens placed on each order like that to count the steps. So if this player crosses the relay bridge, that player leaves the game and hands over the question booklet to the next member of his or her team. So the next member comes in and takes over the question booklet. At this point, the next player coming in must not give a wrong answer during batting. This is called batting exchange now. The player coming in must not give a wrong answer at this point. If a player gives a wrong answer at this point, that means the player has dropped his or her batting. That means the entire team will be disqualified from the game, out of the game, if that player drops his or her batting. And how does a player drop his or her batting? That player simply gives a wrong answer at this point. So if a player is at a batting exchange, that player is not allowed to give a wrong answer. If you are giving only one answer, that one answer must be correct. If you are giving two answers, that two answers must be correct. So that is when a player gives a wrong answer and drops the batting. But let's say the player gave the correct answer at this point. Let's assume red gave two answers at this point here. So we count the 2 points, 1, 2, and take out the other token out of the game. So batting has been exchanged successfully. So that is how we play the batting exchange relay. Every other thing in the relay game is the same like the other races, 100 meters we just played earlier on. So that is how we play our grammatical race races. So that's how we play grammatical race. We have another Montessori game on this channel, basics game of numbers. That's a mathematical game designed to help children become faster in their calculations. So thank you for watching.